Right now, as you watch this video, somewhere out in the ocean, there are over 50,000 ships moving. Not small boats, not yachts, massive steel giants. Some longer than the Empire State Building is tall, silently crossing every ocean on Earth. And inside those ships, your phone, your sneakers, your coffee machine, the shirt on your back. Almost everything you own at some point in its life was inside one of those metal boxes. Today, we're going to find out exactly how this invisible system works and why, if it stopped for just 2 weeks, the modern world as we know it would collapse. Stay with me. This one will change how you see everything around you. Let's start with a number. 90%. That's the percentage of everything traded in the world that travels by sea. Not by plane, not by truck, not by train, by ship. Think about that for a second. 9 out of every 10 things that cross a border, raw materials, food, electronics, medicine, fuel, clothes, move through the ocean. And the system that made this possible didn't even exist 70 years ago. Before the 1950s, shipping cargo was a nightmare. Goods were packed loose, bags, barrels, crates of all shapes and sizes, loaded by hand, one item at a time, by armies of dock workers. A ship might sit in port for weeks. It was expensive, slow, and massively inefficient. Then, one man had an idea that would quietly reshape the entire planet. His name was Malcolm McLean, a truck driver from North Carolina. In 1956, he put 58 identical metal boxes onto a converted tanker ship called the Ideal X. The concept was simple. If every box is the same size, you can stack them, move them, transfer them between ships, trains, and trucks without ever unpacking. The cost of shipping a ton of cargo dropped from $5.83 to just 16 cents overnight. That single idea, the shipping container, is arguably one of the most important inventions of the 20th century, and almost nobody knows his name. Now let's talk about the ships themselves, because they are, without exaggeration, some of the most extraordinary machines ever built. The largest container ships today, like the Everalot, launched in 2022, are over 400 meters long. That's longer than 4 football fields end to end. They're taller than a 20-story building. They weigh, when fully loaded, over 200,000 tons. And they carry 24,000 shipping containers. If you lined them all up end to end, they'd stretch for over 180 kilometers. What moves something this size? A single engine. The 2-stroke diesel engines powering these ships are the largest internal combustion engines on Earth. Some produce over 100,000 horsepower, about the same as 700 sports cars combined. At full speed, a ship like this burns around 250 tons of fuel every single day. Yet despite their size, they cruise at roughly 45 kilometers per hour. Not fast by car standards. But in the ocean, crossing thousands of miles, consistency is everything. And who runs all of this? You might expect hundreds of crew members. But modern container ships operate with crews of just 20 to 25 people. That's it. 20 people managing a machine the size of a skyscraper, crossing entire oceans. Navigation, engine monitoring, cargo management, all handled by computers. The crew's job is to supervise, make decisions, and handle emergencies. The port of Shanghai, the busiest in the world, handles over 47 million container units per year. That's roughly 130,000 containers every single day. When a massive container ship pulls into port, giant gantry cranes reach over the ship and lift containers one by one, each weighing up to 30 tons. At the most modern ports, driverless robots called AGVs silently glide across the terminal, positioning containers with millimeter precision. Every container has a unique code. A tracking system knows exactly where it is at every moment, on the ship, in the yard, on a truck, on a train. A container arriving in Shanghai today could be on a retail shelf in Chicago within the month. A container ship sitting idle costs its owner between $50,000 and $100,000 per day. That's why the most efficient ports turn around a megaship, thousands of containers, in just 24 to 48 hours. That phone in your pocket? It wasn't made in one place. The chips inside might come from Taiwan, the screen glass from Japan, the rare earth metals from Congo, the aluminum casing from China, the software from California. Every single component traveled on container ships, probably multiple times, before it reached your hands. This is what economists call global supply chains, and container shipping is the circulatory system that keeps them alive. Before containers, manufacturing was local. Today, a factory in Vietnam can build sneakers using materials from 6 countries and have them in a Paris store within 6 weeks. And this fragility was exposed brutally during COVID-19. When ports shut down and containers piled up in the wrong places, store shelves went empty. Car factories halted. Hospitals scrambled for equipment. The world got a terrifying glimpse of what happens when this system stumbles. Then, in March 2021, a single ship made it even more real. The Ever Given ran aground in the Suez Canal for 6 days. That one ship, stuck sideways in a canal, cost the global economy $9.6 billion per day in delayed trade. 6 days, one ship, nearly $60 billion in economic damage. That's how much the world depends on container shipping. Container shipping is one of the dirtiest industries on the planet. If it were a country, it would be the 6th largest CO2 emitter in the world, responsible for nearly 3% of global greenhouse gas emissions. That's more than aviation. Some solutions being tested sound like science fiction. Rotor sails cutting fuel use by 30%, ammonia and hydrogen engines with 0 emissions, even nuclear-powered container ships in active development. Norway's Yara Birkeland became the world's first fully electric, autonomous cargo ship in 2022. No crew, no emissions. It's small for now, but it's a preview of what shipping could look like in 20 years. The system that quietly built the modern world for 70 years is being forced to reinvent itself. So the next time you order something online, or pick up your phone, or grab something off a supermarket shelf, take a second. That object almost certainly spent time inside a metal box stacked 20 high on a steel ship the size of a skyscraper, crossing thousands of miles of open ocean, guided by satellites, managed by algorithms, and almost invisible to the people it serves every single day. Container ships don't make headlines. They don't go viral. They don't trend on social media. But without them, the world you live in simply would not exist. Tell me in the comments, did you know that 90% of everything you own came on a ship? And does anyone in your family work in the maritime industry? If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It takes 1 second, and it genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe for more videos of interesting facts about the world of ships.